Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Uh, there we go. My name's Todd Rains, and I am here again live Friday afternoons at 2:30 from my shop here in Allen, Texas. And I just realized this camera is just pointing ever so slightly off. So sorry, fix that. Um, Let me know and confirm that you all can hear me and see me okay. I'm just checking the monitor. Lowell is in the house. Thank you, Lowell, for joining. I appreciate it. Good to have you here again. And my friend Lee from Alabama. Good to have you here too. So yeah, I do this. I think I took last Friday off, if I believe correctly. It's been a busy time. I think for a lot of us, getting ready to getting ready to go to the AW symposium, at least for small vendors. Cindy, thank you very much. Thank you for joining, loud and clear. So hopefully not too loud. Let me know. I think StreamYard levels everything out, so we should be good there. Good to have you here. Yes, happy Friday. Absolutely. Although it doesn't really mean much to me these days. 7 days a week. And Philip, good to have you here from across the pond there in the UK. Sound and vision fine, so appreciate it. Good to see you here again. And David says, hi, David, and your tools are on the way. So hi back. Your little customer note was kind of cute. I like that. Thank you very much. And Lowell, volume picture, great, good. So, and we have Scott Dunn in the house. Hi, Todd. Good to have you here, Scott. Remember you from the sharing session a couple of weeks ago. Thank you. And hope you liked your picture in the newsletter I sent out. So it's always a pleasure to see other turners kind of take on a project you kind of inspire them with. So and make it their own. So plenty of that with the oval box and the small plates and stuff that I've done recently. So good to have you all here and welcome. And please know that I'm streaming to both YouTube and Facebook. So looks like most people are on YouTube. Cindy's on Facebook. So we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. I've got some possible changes to how things are going to work here. And so we'll see how things go. And Scott Dunn says, "I did was humbling." Yes, it was good. Good to see that done. Hi, Todd. Scott Hampton. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. And so anyway, just to kind of kick things off and welcome you back this week. Sorry I missed last week, but as I was saying, getting ready for symposium, or getting graphic banners created and designed, and inventoried, leveled up, and trying to figure out how we're going to pack all this stuff in the truck, and logistics getting there, and just all the other stuff, getting tooling ready, and grinding cutters and packaging things. And so it's one of those grinds that we haven't done in a couple of years. So it's something that we're going to see how this symposium goes and stuff. So one of the things we learned is, and I'll share this with you because I don't think it's a secret. We vendors got an email from AEW director Phil McDonald, and saying that there could be possible increases to vendor fees in 2023. So they're having discussions with the facilities people where they get these put on these shows, the convention centers. Most of these places have union shops for doing all they call drayage, or the marshaling of materials from the loading dock into the facility and back again, and all that stuff is all union shop, and it's expensive. And so they're looking to exploring the ideas of where that cost can be, I guess, diverted. So the email explicitly said that vendors would be hit. So just let you know, give some feedback to the AW. Let them know that the vendors are an important, integral part of the show. It's one of the reasons you go, I hope. And so I think if we get a lot of feedback to the AW on that, however you feel about it, just let them know your thoughts, and hopefully we can get some some insights to them that they may not know otherwise. Yeah, so right on, Scott. Yeah, because everything is going up in dollars. Absolutely. So it is true. So that is part of the equation. I'll tell you, at least my very limited experience with AEW shows is there's just no way for me to make money at them. It's a loss every time I go or since I've gone. And I know many other small vendors are in the same boat. And 90, I guess maybe not 90, but probably 80% of the vendors at AEW are probably individual LLCs or sole proprietorships or small outfits like us. So, yes, Cindy, I think good point. We'll get to that as well. So, let them know if you'd like to see a virtual component to the National Symposium. It's a great point. So, why couldn't they or wouldn't they want to sort of try a hybrid event where there's in-person people as well as a virtual component? And I'm not sure exactly how that would work as well, but I think it's they shared that their attendance numbers are not quite where they'd want it to be right now. So we'll see if people kind of jump on the bandwagon and get their tickets now and go in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, virtual component I think would be good. From that perspective, some of you may think, well, it's how you got to meet people and stuff like that. Yeah, that's true. There's a big component of being there in person. For guys like me and Cindy and Lyle and a few others, where we can, attend every symposium across the country, across the world, through a medium like this, I think is fantastic. And then also attendees across the world that can't afford to fly over here and do that weekend, they can do so much through a virtual symposium. So there's pluses and minuses on both sides. I think last 2 years has shown us that, maybe things have changed a little bit. And so let them know whether you're there in person or whether you just write them an email. Let them know your thoughts about where you value, what you value at the symposiums, and hopefully you value the vendors as well. So, and let's see. Philip saying, I've asked the questions of a hybrid at the AEW symposium to be raised at the AGM. Yeah, good. I think that's a great idea. I don't know that. I think that's at noon or 12:30. I think on the Friday or the Saturday. I'm not quite sure. I don't know that any vendors are going to be able to get there because of the having to stay at their booth and stuff. So certainly, if you're there at the meeting in Chattanooga, let them know if they don't have enough representation from small vendors. Let them know our thoughts. So come and talk to us at the show. So I've been blabbing on a little bit here. So I got more comments here. David said, I've written to the AW twice suggesting a virtual component, never got any response. That's not good. So Shelly's on, my wife is on. So thank you for joining in and joining Shelly. And Cindy saying hi. Let's see what Scott is saying. AW is working on some virtual components for the 2023 symposium. They are currently working on the cost and equipment needed to do it properly. Yes, so that's good news. Keep talking to them and let them know if you are too far away to ever attend in person. I'm only going to see Shelly. I think that's why we're going to see old friends and see you too. In fact, let me see. Do I have this? I'm going to skip to it right now. I had to skip through it. Sorry about that. So there it is, the banner AW, June 23rd to 26th. Come visit us in booth 216, and we're right next to Cindy. So Cindy is in 214 and stuff like that. So we're hoping to have some a lot of fun, meet a lot of people, and obviously sell some tools. So come check us out. We're going to have a lot of fun, and when we're there, So I'm kind of going backwards in my timeline of slides. Sorry about that. I thought I'd go this way, but nice. Thanks, Cindy. I'm glad I rate. So, she says, yeah, okay, and Todd too. Yeah. And yeah, certainly stop in and say hi to Cindy. She's going to be in booth 214. But what I was saying is that Cindy, myself, and Lyle, and Joe Fleming from Airbrushing Wood, John Jordan, and Steve Worcester from Turning Wood, all those guys up there, you see, we're part of this vendor showcase group that we've kind of gathered, and it's a way to virtualize some of the vendor stuff. And so we've been experimenting with this over the last year for various events, and I think it's turned out well for us and attendees. We get a large number of registrations and people interested. We've had a lot of fun in the past. Last one was in spring, April 1, 2, and 3. And so this banner is kind of a shortened version of the banner we typically use. We've actually made physical banners, so you'll see these in our booths at Chattanooga. So come by. If you see that, then you know. If you see this banner, then you know that we're part of the vendor showcase group. So that's going to be fun. So we'll probably try and do some live streaming from the show. It's not really, I don't know if we can schedule it that well. It might be just ad hoc and stuff. And I don't know what the content's going to be. I know in my booth, we carry woodcut tools now. So Dan Hewitt will be there in our booth for a little bit. And I think he's going to live stream and make some tool announcements. So stay tuned for that. That'll be fun. Coming up, though, June 8th, Lyle Jameson, one of the vendor showcase banditos, is doing his Hall of Forms 123, June 8th. So check that out. Go to Lyle's site and sign up for that one. Should be a lot of fun. And then, that's me, and we're back to there. Okay, so I think I've covered them all. Yeah. So what am I, before I get going too far, Cindy mentioned, Facebook. I mentioned that we're streaming to Facebook. So most of the people that are on or that I see tuning into my Facebook page, there's two things. There's a Facebook profile, which is Todd Rain's Facebook, and then Woodturning Tool Store Facebook page. And most people tune into my Facebook page when they watch these live streams. So I am thinking of just doing streams to 2 destinations and of 3. So I've got YouTube and my Woodturning Tool Store Facebook page, and then my Facebook profile. I'm going to drop the profile, I think. So just not a lot of attraction. And I really want people to focus in on Woodturning Tool Store. That's where most of my, content is really living. You can shop from there and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Let me know how many people, or if you are on Facebook, if you're on my profile page or my Facebook Woodturning Tool Store page. So that would be interesting to know, and we'll see. Let's see. Oh, we got Michael has joined us. Thank you for joining, Michael. Good to see you all. And let's see. Scott is saying when they do hold the symposiums on the West, they always have a large turnout. Okay. We'll see how that translates to, sorry, things moved on me, how that translates to after the pandemic. Doing Chattanooga, then in Louisville. I don't know where 2024 is. So we'll see. Michael says he always watches on YouTube. Haim, Matza's here. Good to have you here, Haim. So we've kind of missed you. I think you joined some of the live streams a little bit late. So I'm glad you're able to join live. So thank you for joining. So enough about Facebook and all that stuff, but I'm learning more about how those manage. And I will say that if you do send us a friend request, don't be put off if we don't accept it. So we're very cautious and stuff about our Facebook friending and stuff like that, all the possibles. We really got to be cautious because I know a lot of people have been hacked lately, and so they send a message they have been hacked and all that stuff. So it's really not my favorite platform, to say the least. But I do like to go there and connect with people and look at their turnings and answer wood turning questions or help out in any way I can. I got to do more of that. Cindy's good at that, and so certainly follow and like our wood turning tool store Facebook page, and we'll interact with you all there. So let's move on to what I wanted to talk about. So Lee says I cannot get a Facebook page, so I must use YouTube. Okay, well, it's interesting. I do have, I think they're all public. And, Cindy, if you're on both Facebook pages, maybe you could just verify that you can see from both. I know that you're on YouTube and Facebook, so that'd be helpful. Let's see, Michael, thanks, Ellie. See you soon in person. Okay, so, and Cindy, will Carter be there to help out? That'll be fun. Yeah, I don't know if Carter's up to the trip, but I hope he's doing well. Anyway, let's carry on with what I'm doing today. Oh, I didn't even set up this camera. Jesus, look at me, not getting everything set up. That's typical. So let's go to this wide shot, and we'll see what we got on the lathe. We got this pretty piece of, I think it's Bow Dark, if I'm not mistaken. And we're going to take a look at a little piece. And what I really want to talk about today is, I screwed that up. Sorry, I'm doing two things at once. I get inspirations from these live streams of what to, and I'll just get down in the corner here, of what projects I like to work on, and some of those projects turn into PRD classes or the remote demonstrations that I put on. So the thing I like to do is kind of get out here and use the live streams and kind of experiment on you guys. So let's do that today. We're going to do some miniatures or smaller turnings, and really to kind of figure out if this idea, I'm not going to give you the whole idea because that would be, would spoil the surprise. And so, but I do want to do a small turning. So this block, how big is this guy? He is maybe 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. So smaller pieces like this, a little extra blocks I have, allow me to kind of experiment the form and the technique without sacrificing a big chunk of wood or getting the shop messy and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to turn this down to a little something yet. I haven't quite got it fully round yet, but it started off as just a square block. It's a pretty piece of wood, and it cuts really nicely. I do have some other stuff on the lathe bed here that I do need to kind of point out. New tools to the shop. So let's see, just checking the chat again. Okay, so Nick, good to have you here. Thank you for joining. Cindy's checked out the Woodturning tool store page, no problems getting in. And now she's on the personal profile, no problem there either. Okay, good. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Tony, you're on Todd's profile. Okay, excellent. Let's see. Chris Cohen, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. With the price of wood now, we need to learn some small turnings. No such thing as scrap anymore. That's true. That's true. And they're great great sort of vehicles to test out different sort of things, whether it's embellishment or other techniques you want to do off the lathe. And so that's what I'm kind of thinking is, I haven't done a lot of embellishing sort of additions to my work. The small plates and the oval box, I was doing some texture on the bottoms and some quick spray paint or painting techniques on the small plates. But I have this other sort of technique in my mind, and I've done some other stuff in the past that I haven't really explored publicly. And so let me know what you think in the comments if you like the idea of a project with an embellishment that you want me to do. So I don't know. I think the project focus for an IRD or next sort of demonstration would be, here's a small turning that I've done. The form is important, of course, but it's not maybe the focus of the class or the demo. The focus would be on what embellishing techniques I add to it. That'd be kind of a half and a half. So I'd turn and then sort of a cooking show type of process. I have this already ready, and this is what I show. I'll go through the process. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Let me know what you think. We'll talk more about it as well. So that's what we're doing. I got back to that. I forgot new tools. So I had to get myself a new close quarters drill. My old one, sanding drill, died. So just a cheap $60 one off of Amazon. That's new to the shop. That goes up in its place up there. I have several new Cindy Drozda tools. So I've got the little 1/4-inch finial gouge. Haven't opened yet. And my wife is coming in. Anything else, Shelly? Ah, for me? Oh, okay. Okay. So Shelly's saying I'm out of focus. So let me just go large again. Looks focused to me. But I'll do the do a camera adjustment here.
That's better. Your mini me was really out of focus.
Here's a quick focus.
Sorry.
There we go. No, it's good to know. So let me get back to the tools. Two other ones. I got the straight. Oh, now I'm in the way. Straight-sided flat bottom box scraper. So I haven't opened that one either. So took advantage of the pricing before Cindy's prices went up. So and the 3/8 inch 40/40 bowl gouge. So that one is not in the box. I've got it on my handle, and we'll be using that a little bit here maybe. Here's that little 40/40 gouge. So thank you, Cindy. Thank you very much. And go check her out. Her tools are the way she grinds them. Fantastic stuff. So yeah, we're going to do a small turning here and take a look at what we do. So I'm going to make a sort of almost a conical shaped box. I want fairly straight sides, simply for a purpose of trying this technique. So I'm going to put a little spigot on here, and I'm going to use this little guy. Probably this. I've got this SK100 with the O'Donnell jaws, and I'm just got to measure my tenon size. I think. Yeah. Oh crap. Okay, little magnet went down. I wrote this out the other day. This is the O'Donnell 3-in-1 set. So the 50 millimeter jaws outside, 60 millimeters inside 50. 38s outside is 46 for a tenon for a recess, and 38 for a tenon. And the 25 millimeter jaw inserts 32 millimeter for a recess, 25 for a tenon. I don't know why. Why do I say 18? Maybe it's 18. I have to check that out. So I got to write that in a more permanent place and stuff. Right now I've got the one set of inserts, the 38 millimeters. So I should be for a tenon 38 or 32. So let's see if we're. So if I go to 32, that looks about right. So show you there, and if I can get that in there. So about 32, between 32 and I think minimal, we can probably go a little smaller, but we'll go there. So I need to mark that tenon size on the end here. And if I just switch to that one, maybe that'll work. I'm going to raise the tool rest up and around. I haven't cleaned that end off yet, so I need to do that first, actually. I can leave that there and do that. Get my safety glasses on. And let's try this little 40-40 gouge. Nice and clean. That Osage orange just cuts so nice. It's beautiful stuff. This is stuff I harvested probably 6-7 years ago, and it is that's not really going to hold very well there. I can't get my tool rest around anymore. My banjo's in the way, so we'll just try it. I'm going to touch the close side and guesstimate about there. That looks pretty good. We'll cut a tenon. This is face grain wood, so the grain is going across this way, and so we can use a variety of techniques. I don't have that gouge out. Let's see if I can grab it quickly. I have a little spindle gouge I like to do my tenons with. Just bear with me as I pull it out. This little guy. So it's pointed spindle gouge with just a medium rounded point and a pretty straight bevel. I don't grind off the heel. And let's see if I can put that in overhead. And I'm just going to use that to kind of clean up that tenon. A little too close. Sometimes you can be a little too close with your tool rest. So this, I just kind of roll into the cut to make that tenon. So I've only got about a 4 millimeter deep jaw set. And so that looks pretty good to me. Let's see if we are close to, so we can go a little bit smaller. So we'll go a little bit smaller. It's not important in this. This is not an integral sort of tenon, but just flatten that bottom off. Get a nice clean tenon. We got a nice clean interface on the bottom. So that'll do for a tenon. Let's come around. I should use my shorter tool rest, but this will get me there. So now some basic shaping. I want sort of a conical shape. The bottom will be, I don't know, I'm just kind of guessing by year. This is prototyping 101, about there. And then the top, if that is as small as that tenon, comes up. So I want kind of a straight, you can't see that, sort of a straight side. Wrong way, Todd. About like that. Maybe about there. So just to experiment with that kind of shape and experiment with some geometry in terms of my my design idea in my head. I've just switched to a larger gouge just to kind of set 55 degree bevel. And just a little bit more comfortable with it right now. So that's high. Eating chips a little bit. I think I will go with my smaller tool rest. That one's just a little bit hard to manage. There we go. And maybe we'll switch those around. We'll do that. Tighten that in a little bit. Kind of see what's going on. Haven't caught up with the questions. Keep your questions coming. I'm going to stop here in a little minute and answer some of those. That's going to be my landing pad. I'll leave that area alone. Just about there. Well, that was a good cut and about the shape I'm looking for. I haven't got it down to the bottom, but I might leave it like that and have that a foot down there. What I've got to do for my design idea is be able to figure out where the apex of that cone shape is. So it's going to be off the piece a little bit if I look, widen this out a little bit. Wrong way. Go over that way. I take my little ruler and I kind of visualize where that angle is going from that side. I've got a little hump in there, so I might take that off. So we're hitting the middle right about there. And we're hitting the middle about there. So my apex, my cone, is probably right about there. So that's something I want to take into account when I'm trying to figure out a process and sort of a, for lack of a better word, a mathematical way to kind of make this work. So, oops, wrong tool. So we'll make this a little bit, I'm going to actually cut against the grain. We'll see the difference. I'll start from here and we'll cut against the grain. Definitely harder to cut. Keeps coming out of the cut. Get a little bit closer. Get the tool rest more to the shape that I'm looking at. Okay, I can go uphill now, or with the grain. I guess it's really downhill if I think about it. So that's looking all right. I think that's about where I want to get to. I'm fairly straight across there, close enough for what I care about, and the apex of this guy will land closer down here. So not a big deal. Let's carry on. We'll mount this. I want to clean up this end, and then we'll turn it around the chuck. I'll just do a quick pass here. It's a little too close. My tool stuck on a magnet. Try this left-handed. Wrong way. This shape is kind of reminding me of a little figurine, if you will, a little person. And I just hadn't watched the video, but Colin Way was doing a little live stream or something like that, showing his little Jubilee people. So the Queen's Jubilee happened on Thursday. 70 years as a reigning monarch. So that's impressive. So Philip, I hope you're enjoying the festivities over there and stuff like that, and everybody else in Commonwealth countries. It's a very significant milestone for sure. So let me catch up on chat here a little bit. Scott, what's this question? So let me get big here. Question: what has a stronger shear strength? 2-part fast stick epoxy, 2-part easy cast resin, or just thick CA glue? Not meaning to change direction of the conversation. Shear strength is the strength of things shearing apart this way, not necessarily separating. So if you got 2 surfaces glued together like this, what's the strength shearing across the surface? To me, I think wood glue is probably a great shear strength. So I don't know about fast stick epoxies, depending on which one you're looking at. Some of them are meant to move a little bit. Some are harder than rock. Cast resin, I'm not sure. CA glue, I wouldn't think it would be better than PVA, but I'm not sure. I'm not a scientist. There was somebody that in the wood turning community that is a chemist that knows a lot more about glues, and I think there was an article in the Journal or somewhere, one of the wood turning magazines or something, about that very subject. So if anybody in the chat has that, we can certainly answer that question. That would be helpful for Scott. Let's see. I'm just let's see. Charlie Taylor, I like your head and tail stock. Yeah, are you talking about the actual lathe or the drive centers? So that's I'm about to pull the drive center out. This is the Sorby Steb center, and then the live center is the matching mate product. I'll just take myself off for a second. So there's drive center and the live center and the tailstock. They have these retractable points, so you can get those at Packard's, or I don't know if Craft Supplies has them. I got these ones off Amazon through Tay Tools, I think. So check that out. Good question though. If it's about the actual lathe, it's a Powermatic 3520. Charlie, thanks for joining, by the way. Let's see. Chris is saying wood glue. The wood will break before the glue fails. Yeah, I agree, Chris. I think wood glue is probably the best bet for shear. It's readily available. It's been proven for years. Drive center. Yeah, Charlie got you. Okay, drive center. Yeah, thank you. And so we're going to put on the chuck now. I will. As I'm doing this, let's see. So let's see. So my live streams happen every Fridays. Well, I don't know if I'm going to do next Friday. I will be doing 2 Fridays from today for sure. We'll talk about that in a second. So come in and you'll see the notifications in YouTube or Facebook when I am live. So I'll stay large here. Sorry, bouncing back and forth. Cindy does live streams as well, usually about every 2 weeks on Thursdays. I think she's due maybe next week or the week after. I'm not sure if she's going to do one this month with all the prep for AEW. So, but check her YouTube channel, her Facebook page, and you'll get notified. So that's a great thing. Go and hit the like button on YouTube or the bell, notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified when I go live. Cindy has an upcoming IRD. It's a waterfall bowl, natural edge lidded bowl. That's going to be in July. There's 2 parts, I guess, 9th and the 23rd. So, Cindy, I don't know if you got that ready yet. If you do, throw it in the chat. The registration link. That'd be fine. Let's see. So 2 weeks today, at this time on the same channel, we are going to do a vendor showcase live stream, and it's really just the 6 of us vendors kind of getting on here and talking about what. Sorry, my cord's hanging low. What we expect at AEW show and stuff like that, and we'll hang around for the hour to answer questions and stuff like that. But look for that. That'll be a lot of fun. So June 17th, same. I think I'm going to do it to the same YouTube channel. Maybe not the Facebook channel because we want to get another Facebook. Another Cindy's YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, and we have to figure if we're going to add one of the Facebook channels. I think we can only do 3, but so that'll be fun. We'll have all 6 of us up here in a little screen grid, so that'll be a lot of fun. Of course, the symposium is a couple of weeks away, and I had one here. Don't have it. Let's see. That's all I got here. So good. Let me go back to the comments and get on with this little project. Let's see. Here is Michael. To illustrate the current supply chain issues, I ordered a Sorby Debs Center Live Center in August of 2021. Still haven't received it. Ordered from a tool store which carries Sorby tools where I work. Oh, okay. Probably a Lee Valley, I would imagine. But if yeah, so I got these fairly quick. I don't know if I was lucky, but I ordered them. I think probably around the same time. Yeah, I think around the same time, Michael. And I got them in a couple of weeks from Tay Tools through Amazon. I tried Packers, they were out. Craft Supplies, they were out. I tried a couple other, of our known wood turning vendors. Nobody had them, and there was one left, I think, in Amazon. So I might have got maybe the last one. I don't know. I've had the same problem with the Crown Micro texturing tool. So yeah, there's very limited supply on some obscure UK-based manufactured tools. Could be Brexit issues, could be tax issues, duty issues. I'm not quite sure. She doesn't have her IRD registration up yet, but soon. So cool. And not doing regular live streams this month. I'm getting done things done for the symposium. Excellent. Well, look for us to come back after the symposium for sure, and look for us live at the symposium. So you are doing something this month, Cindy, maybe live at the symposium. So yeah, and we'll be doing the stream on the 17th. and that's really just in prep for the symposium. And Scott, I got mine after the demo live. Center, Amazon, and Lee Valley had matching ones. Good, excellent. And Dave is just ordered those same centers on Amazon, and they have both shipped. It didn't appear Amazon had many left. And check, David. I think you'll see if see who fulfills it. Mine from Amazon got fulfilled by Tay Tools, which I've never really worked with before. So, and yes, live at the symposium. Excellent. All right, so I'm dragging this out. We are 45 minutes into this thing. Where's my chuck key? Is right up here on my headstock. Look at that. Okay, so we get out of the way. We've got a good sized tenon. It's very nice. And we'll just quickly hollow this guy, probably just with a spindle gouge. I won't bother getting out the hook tool or anything. Maybe my teardrop cutter will show that. Maybe that's what I'll do. Why not? Why not, as they say. I've got it here. I don't have a adapter on it yet. That's fixed here shortly. There and there. Put a handle on it. Oh, I should maybe show this. Widen out a little bit. All right. Get my calipers out of the way. Let's see if I can't. I kind of had thoughts or intents of maybe doing another little one, but I don't think we're going to have time today on the live stream for that. So we'll pull this back. Put this tool rest up. And we'll see how well this hollowing tool works. Teardrop cutter works with the flat side. So we're going to change the, we're just going to flip the tip over, or flip the cutter over, insert it there with the tip centered, pretty much centered on the tool, maybe slightly off to the left, but it's in line. And the bevel is down, so we're going to use the flat side. And let's put that on there. Pull that back there. And that's how we're actually going to move this other camera I haven't used yet to the other side, and we'll get a better angle on this guy. Push that back a little bit. That's as far as I can go. I'm trying to get this set right. Bear with me a second. There we go. Let's try that up there. Badly focused. Yeah, I'm too close. There we go. All right. So we're going to just hollow this guy rather quickly. So I've got the tool set up, so I am, can't see that. And maybe just a little bit tighter there. That's pretty good. So we're going to hollow straight dead on center. My tool rest is about right. I may be a little bit low. I raise the tool rest just slightly. Grab my safety glasses and power on. All right, we're cutting right on center. It's nice. I'm resting on the actual tool, so I need to move my rest back a little bit. If looking overhead, I was actually resting on the back of this guy here. So I need to get back far enough that I can get that tool in there. And Now I do want to leave a little bit of thickness here for my idea that I want, so I'll probably leave it about that thick. Almost forgot about what I was intending for this project. Get carried away with the actual turning. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. I could hear it coming. I should have stopped. No matter. We'll remount it at some point. But sheared that tenon off. So I was about to go to the gouge and say this is getting a little deep and maybe a little aggressive, but not a problem. We'll deal with that. And there's the size of the tenon. So it's pretty small. Not a big deal that we lost that. We can grip that maybe in another. How big is that? That might work. And my other chuck. Oops, wrong way around. Yeah, well, let's see if at least we can get a tenon on it to redo that. And this is the SK 114 with the C jaws. And we'll just clamp that right in there. Look at that. That's like a perfect fit. So nice conical shape. I'm not really too worried about what marks I'm going to make there at this point. So not a big deal. Let's make another tenon if we can. Gouge and gouge. All right. So we have to think about. Let's zoom in here. Where we got room for a tenon. So we don't have much of a landing pad. And I think we'll just try and do this as the end of the tenon. And then we'll make this distance the tenon itself. So let's see if that works. We've got a little bit of room. I have the mark, the ending mark, I guess, of where the old tenon was. So I know how big around it needs to be. I think that'll work. Oh, I'm screwing that up. There we go. See if that works. Will that work in this chuck? Might need to change to the other jaws. I do. Oops. Need to. I made it too small. Well, this just isn't going exactly the way I planned. But that's what experiment's all about. So we may just leave this the way it is. I don't really need to hollow it anyway for what I want to do on the embellishments. So we're just going to finish off the conical shape. That's what we're going to do. And we'll just leave it the way it is on the inside. There we go. A little bit lower down, maybe. These are like almost sculptor models, if you will, or models to figure out how you're going to make a design. That's almost pretty good right there. Could use a little bit of one more final cut. I don't know. I don't want to go up. Actually, I'm going to need to hold it because or do I? Maybe I don't. Sorry, this is the part of the process. Oh, I didn't realize I had that on screen. What I don't have on screen is what I'm about to talk about. I'm going to put a little groove in this thing. About there. It's a little close quarters to work with at the lathe, but that's kind of that'll be fine. It's the best way to hold it. So I'll just clean this up a little bit and then put those grooves in. Maybe I'll put those grooves in and then clean it up. How are you thinking, Todd? All right, so little parting tool. I don't even have a parting tool out. Oh, yes, I do. Found one. So a little update. I have been using the Woodcut True Grind to grind all my tools. This was ground on the True Grind. That's why I got multiple bevels, because I've old bevels from the one-way system. And then last time, or 2 weeks ago, I showed you my roughing gouge. And I showed you that I had a wide bevel here and a fairly narrow bevel here. This is where it came up, and that's how it ground on the platform. Using the True Grind jig, it actually evened out the length of this bevel pretty much all the way along. It's still a little bit wider here, but I think the benefit of that is that I have a bevel length the same as when I rotate all the way around. So I don't know if that's really a benefit, but I think it's a bit more consistent in the way it looks and maybe the way it operates. So still straight across on the end, but yeah. So that worked well. That's held in a jig, not on a platform. So that was kind of interesting. Work there. Let's get this right close up. Backed off a little bit. And we're going to part in right there. I'm going to part in sort of parallel to the surface, tangent to the surface, I guess. So just my tool rest down there falling, so nothing. So some may think this might be for a strip of something, and it is. That's why I wanted to leave the walls thick. Trying to get even wall thickness, and I'm trying to get the same parallel line on my, I don't know, trough, whatever you want to call it, all the way around. So that looks pretty good to me. I think that's deep enough for my needs. And this is part of why I need to experiment. What I do think I need to do is actually maybe this wall in here is angled because I cut angled. I think I actually need to keep it cut back a little bit. This one is already angled back that way, this side. This one I want to angle back that way. So I'm going to just skim off that inside corner there. So I will just clean that up a little bit in there. Doesn't have to be super smooth down there for what I'm intending. So that looks pretty good. And now we'll do a last sort of cleaning pass. That's rubbing. That's not good. There we go. That's better. It's a little bit of 180 on there just to kind of see how it's. Might need to go down to 120 on that one spot. Ugh. I don't even know what time it is yet. All right, so, oh, I don't want that interface pad there. So I just took the spongy foam out and left it on a stiff backing. Keep it kind of straight. Turn the speed down a little bit maybe. Good enough for a practice piece. It's good enough just for my experimentation is really all I'm saying. So let's just take a look at it. Kind of fits in that hole a little bit. Let's see, where's that one at? It's a little crooked. All right, it's too bad we couldn't finish the hollowing, but I don't really care about that at this point. It's something here I want to do with it, so that's going to be where we concentrate our efforts, and that's all the sneak peek I'm going to give you on that one. So I'm going to do a similar idea on sort of a shallower sort of plate thing, putting a a groove on top of a plate and doing some other experimentation of what you might call an inlay, but it's a technique I'm got in my head. I've played with it years ago, and it's I think has some fantastic opportunities and applications. Oh, my belly's right there. Look at that. Let me get that back on there and go full. Let's see. Where did we leave off? In the chat. So let me catch up here a little bit. Let's see. All right, trying to mouse around here. Let's see. Vendor, I got mine. Okay. Packard is a good supply for the step centers. Yeah, if you can get them. Excellent. I should say that we don't normally stock the centers. I special ordered it through work to get my employee discount, as I'm a thrifty scout, of course. Well done. Yes, Canada, and let's see. Scott. I said Scott. I mean, I saw the comments there. Yeah, Shelley's got some Scottish heritage in her. Let's see. Wood glue. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's a where'd it go? Where I put it? I put it down over there. Yeah, we were talking about shear strength and wood glue. So yeah, I could have tried that experiment and wood glued it off. This Osage orange is pretty hard stuff, and I should have used a spindle gouge to cut a bit better in there. But I wanted to see how my cutter would do. I probably could have sharpened that up a little bit too. Let's see. Yeah, put the tenon back on. Yeah, true. That was Chris's comment. Wood glue, put the tenon back on. Yeah. That would really test that shear strength that Scott had asked earlier. Let's see. Yeah, prototyping is fun, absolutely. So, how timely! David's has just arrived at Step Center, so well done. So let's recap. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. So let me go through my slides. So there's me if you need to get a hold of me. Woodturning Tool Store, email address, phone numbers, website. Please check that out. Lyle will be live next week on the 8th. So check that out Wednesday, the Hollowing session. So that should be a lot of fun. Was guaranteed to learn some new perspectives. I will demonstrate the fundamentals of hollowing, form, turning. Come and see techniques from both outside and inside of hollow form turning. Discover easy and safe techniques for all skill levels. Yeah, excellent. And then vendor showcase, June, what did I say? So, was it the 17th? Where is that? Sorry. I've got to bring up my own things. Yes, June 17th at 2:30. So watch for that on all of our channels, emails, whatever it may be. We'll be doing that, so that should be fun. And then AAW, a couple of weeks. So if you don't see me next week, I don't know if I'm doing one next week. I kind of doubt it. I've got a lot of stuff going on, but we'll see you in 2 weeks with all 6 of us. So come visit us at 216, booth 216, if you wish to, and we'd love to see you. And that's it. I think that's all I've got for today. So, yay. And oh, yeah, Mary Alice, good to have you here. Thank you for joining. Michael may not be able to come next week or 2 weeks, but he's going to see us in Chattanooga. Excellent. Good to have you. See you in person again. Mary Alice is up in Michigan at Ron Campbell's retreat. So is that this weekend or next week? I think it's next week, isn't it? Not sure. So have fun either way, Mary Alice. Should be lots of fun. My friend Ron. I should mention my friend Ron Howe. I met up with him. I actually met him for lunch yesterday, and he did a lot of landscaping and a lot of landscaping work the last few days, weeks, I guess. And he had a big Bradford grunting and groaning because I got this big Bradford pear tree that he had to cut down. So he saved me 6 or 8 of these size bowl blanks and a few log sections. So Bradford pear is going to be nice. And this is nice and wet. It's so heavy. So I want to thank Ron for sharing and saving that for me. He's on his way up to Michigan to Ron Campbell's place. He's actually going to be teaching a couple classes. So Mary Alice, if you see Ron Howe, say hi and yeah, have fun. Other than that, folks, I'm a little over time, but no problems there. I wish everybody a great Friday, happy weekend, and yeah, Tony's saying Ron's retreat is next week. Yeah, thanks, and everybody have a great weekend, and I'll be on the watch out for all the events coming up, and have a safe and happy weekend of turning. I'm Todd from Woodturning Tool Store, and thanks for joining, and everybody take care, and we'll see you soon. I gotta hit the stop button. Bye, everyone.